guys and gals, never here from Drake Wing Game, and it's something you may on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with another episode of Moonlight Castle. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go, baby. Let's do it. Alright. Hunky, brash lizard. Bit of a jerk. Probably has a heart of gold. I can change him. My patience was running low, and I didn't think that I was going to wait any longer. If you just hear me out, I could leave faster. Wouldn't that be better for you? After a moment of mulling it over, he moved the book just slightly so that it was out of the way. Did you tell anyone? About what? He stared at me quietly. It was obvious what he was talking about. No, I didn't. You'd better not. I have a reputation to maintain. I raised a brow. I thought reading was nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, one should be proud of having it as one of their hobbies. It seemed like a noble trait that should further improve their reputation. Therefore, I didn't exactly understand his logic. Are you afraid that people will find out you like reading? Why? Fuck off. I don't like reading. I hate it. You seem to be enjoying the book you're holding, though. I saw you smiling. Immediately, Dylan chucked away the book. No, I said I hate it. It's an assignment that a goddamn professor made me do, okay? They're forcing me to read whatever book I can get. It sounded like a blatant lie, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt anyway. I'm not the right guy to say this, but reading can be pretty fun. There's no shame in liking it. While he was grumbling, I stood up and walked over to pick up the book that he threw. The cover was slightly damaged by the impact. It was pretty upsetting, even for me. Look at what you've done! This book did nothing to you! I caught a glimpse of sadness in his eyes, and I was inclined to believe that he deeply cared about the book. I can't read for fun. I'm taught that it's a hobby for girls. Seriously, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Just forget it. I don't like books. I'm a man, and I enjoy only things that a man should enjoy. My mind went blank for a moment. What I just heard was kind of baffling. Are you okay? I'm concerned now. I don't want your pity. I'm fine. I wish Dylan would push me away, but I didn't want him to think I was forcing him to talk, like Ryan was. I just wanted to get to know him better and maybe find a common interest, something that both of us would enjoy, something that would help him open up. When can you teach me? What are you talking about? You said you'd teach me how to fight. He paused a bit and appeared less upset. Fuck, I did say that, didn't I? Yes, you did. Fine, I'll do it if it'll make you leave me alone afterward. Consider it a payment for the notes. Dylan returned my book, and it was surprisingly in good condition. After seeing him throw the book across the room earlier, I thought that my notebook was a goner. Is it okay if I text you? What a nuisance. Just do what you want. Anything else, or are you done? One more thing, actually. I need your help to find Liam. Who cares about that fucker? And why are you asking me? Because you seem to be the closest one to him, and possibly the only person that knows where he is. Dylan laughed at what I said, and I felt a little embarrassed. Maybe I got carried away, and it was a stupid thing to utter. I sought shelter in my hat. That's kind of depressing. I'm his closest friend. I see him as a walking wallet. He didn't come to the class, and I haven't heard from him since yesterday. He did mention something about an appointment, though. Dylan probably had a clue about what it was, as his tone was shifting into a more serious one. It'd be annoying to lose my secondary income. Come with me. There's a place we can check. So I was right. You do know something about him. I don't want to be associated with him, so my answer remains the same. He isn't my friend. Am I your friend? He was silent as he continued to gather his things and left me hanging. I felt like an idiot for thinking that I'd get an answer. Move it or I'll leave you. Fine. I'm free most of the week. Just reach out and I'll teach you whenever. That's good to hear. I won't go easy on you. It's not so good to hear. Dylan grinned and let out a chuckle. I knew that was probably the most interaction I could get out of him for a day, therefore I considered it a small win. Dylan brought me all the way to the yard behind the school's canteen, and he continued to walk even after we'd arrived at what seemed to be a dead end. For a second there, I thought he'd just keep walking, go through the wall, and then leave a hole in it, just like they did in one of those silly cartoons. The bitch is hiding here. I turned to look in the direction that Dylan's muzzle was pointing, and there he was. Behind a shack there was a small space, and Liam was there, fiddling with a large bag. Never in a million years would I have thought of checking here. Dylan knew the feline better than I did, without a doubt. So, water time. Oh, delicious water. Though if I happened to find such a hiding spot myself, I'd honestly expect to find Blake here. Liam? The lynx was facing the wall, standing in the deepest corner where nobody would have noticed his presence. He closed the bag he was digging through as soon as he heard my voice. Joel? You're someone I never expect to meet here. What are you doing? You mean this? He lifted the bag so that I could get a better look at it, but it was pointless because I still couldn't see what was inside the bag. I was preparing for tonight, gathering a bunch of things that could be useful for exploration. I was so focused on the part about having fun and hanging out with everyone that I forgot about the part where he talked about the castle. Ah, I see. Liam tilted his head as he forced a smile. He knew that no one believed him, and neither did I. However, it seemed he appreciated the fact that I didn't say it out loud. I saw your messages. I'm sorry that I skipped the class and didn't answer you. Things were busy at home. And then I rushed here to pack stuff, and it took so long that I didn't think I'd make it to class. Is everything all right? Yep, all good. If you say so, then that's good. Let's go inside. It's almost time for lunch, and someone has already taken the initiative. I turned around to look, and Dylan was already gone. It wasn't surprising, but it made me feel bad anyway, because the reptile just left without saying anything. I wanted to at least thank him for the help. So, how's it going? Hanging out with everyone? Oh, it's been fun. Everyone's cool. Well, aside from that one guy who's being difficult to talk to. You're missing out. I'm glad to hear you're taking your job seriously. It's not much of a job. Stop talking like that. I'd planned to do this even if you didn't ask. Really? I should have known. Liam snapped his fingers, suggesting that he could have gotten me to do what he wanted without having to strike a deal with me, and that annoyed me a bit. Therefore, as he and I entered the building, I pointed my finger at him. It's your turn now. As I finished saying that, he realized he had to hang out with me. I held back my laugh. It was time to play this game. Well, I suppose you're right. Let's discuss our plan after lunch. You're not going anywhere after this afternoon. Ha! You got me, officer. His hands raised in the air. Liam surrendered himself to me. I took his paw and dragged him inside the dining area. You're now under arrest. Don't resist or I'll have to punish you. What am I being charged for? The biggest crime of all. Friendship. God damn. This is so stupid. Liam shook off my hand after that. We looked around and saw that the other students could have been watching us. It seemed that Lynx wasn't feeling exactly comfortable walking around while holding someone's hand either. You started it. You were totally playing along, though. Annoyed, I blushed. I shouldn't be the one to blame this time, should I? The Lynx crossed his arms and contracted his mouth into one of those annoying smirks. Seeing that made me decide to give him a taste of what I thought Ryan would do. I tried my best to do an impression of the bear, flashing the widest, warmest smile I could muster. Yeah, it was fun. Even you can be nice when you try. I wanted the compliment to make its way into the Lynx's chest as deeply as possible and deliver the biggest punch. Thanks, I guess. Liam looked uncomfortable, and there was no further response. He was probably so used to hearing insults that he didn't know how to handle compliments, and it showed. His face was bright red under those glasses. Would you mind? I'm trying to eat here. No gay shit at this table. Holding a burger and about to munch it, Dylan shot us a glare as soon as we arrived at the table. I don't think I did anything gay? Liam tapped me on the shoulder. You were holding my hand. I mean, it wasn't what it looked like. Although I said that, I couldn't come up with anything to back it. I went silent, and it took so long for my brain to regain its ability to articulate meaningful sentences that even Liam was having the wrong idea. So, that's why you were so insistent on hanging out with me. Wow, I didn't know you had a crush on me. That's flattering, I have to say. Second note, water time. And we are back, y'all. Alright. Was this karma for what I'd done to him and Ryan? I don't have a crush on anyone. Stop saying it like that. Alright, I won't pressure you. My buddy Joel can confess his love to me whenever he's ready. He wasn't gonna let that one go, was he? I tugged down my hat and camped inside it, and he began to laugh at me, as always. I knew that I looked silly whenever I pulled down my hat, but I preferred to be laughed at rather than listen to annoying love jokes. I've been trying my best to avoid the lovey-dovey topic, however it somehow kept finding a way to come up as if it was a boomerang. The harder I threw it, the faster it came back. Liam, stop bullying Joel! The spotted feline was sent to his seat upon Ryan's arrival. The bear promptly scolded him. You okay? Let me help! Ryan gently pulled up my hat and adjusted it on top of my head so that it was back how it was before. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry. You shouldn't have helped him. Joel's supposed to handle it on his own. You won't be there for him all the time. Dylan kept munching his burger as he made a comment on our interaction. Does it matter? So long as I can help it, I'll lend a hand to anyone that's in trouble. I saw where the reptile was coming from, though. He probably thought I wanted to get stronger and become independent. However, in reality, it was a little different. Save it for later, Dylan. It's lunchtime. We're supposed to be eating. The reptile gave me a look before he grunted and went back to his food. Our exchange must have confused Ryan. Still, it wasn't like he needed to know what Dylan and I were on about anyway. I pushed the bear so that he'd just sit down next to me and let us be. What's going on with the two of you? It seemed he was curious about us, but I, too, was curious about him. What did you and Russell talk about? I changed the topic, and things turned out to become awkward again. For some reason, Ryan was flustered by the question. It's private. Sorry. Wow, it's the first time you're keeping a secret. Yeah, I wouldn't mind telling you, but it's really personal, and Russell thought it'd be best if I kept it only between him and me. Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. I didn't know. You couldn't have possibly known, so don't feel bad, okay? Let's just eat. Ryan plopped his bag on the table and pulled out his lunchbox. Shall we wait a little? I'm sure that others will be here soon. Oh, sorry. I saw that Dylan was already eating and thought that we would start too. My bad. That's okay. What did you bring today? Anything fancy? I tried once again to steer the conversation, hopefully not in a stupid direction. Did someone say fancy? I'm, for one, really fond of aesthetics. A good meal must be pleasing to both the stomach and the eyes. Hey, fancy pants, Dragon Boy. Clyde sat down with us, followed by Blake, who was carrying what looked like a suspiciously huge lunchbox. Hey guys, what's with the box? Ryan's nose reacted to the box and twitched, and the bear beamed with excitement. My food radar is going off! Something very yummy is in there! Clyde let out a small chuckle, honored to hear such praise. This is a small token of my appreciation for yesterday, and, also, a preview of what's for tonight's trip. However, please wait for everyone to arrive first. This thing is heavier than I thought. I tried my best to not be too rough. Hopefully everything is safe inside. You did a magnificent job, Blake. I apologize for making you carry the whole thing. I don't mind. You're keeping your word, and I'm more than happy to help. While the two were busy talking, Ryan's paw was stealthily making its way to the lid. Much like a baby, the bear was impatient, especially when hungry. No! Stop right there! Caught red-handed, Ryan was ashamed. I just wanted to take a peek. The scolding I gave him caught Clyde's attention. The dragon came to just say what I was about to say. Don't reveal the food before all the guests have shown up. It's common courtesy to make sure no one's missing out. It won't take long. You have my word. Yes, sir. Ryan sulked in his chair while I tried to cheer him up, though my attempts were fruitless. Hey guys, what did we miss? It seems today we're the last to show up. Patrice and Russell joined us, and the first thing they did was gaze at the box with a curious stare. Is that symbol... There you go. Water time. Yeah. Delicious, delicious water. Some experts believe that you need water to survive. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm being stupid. I'm being stupid. Ah. Alright. Clyde removed the box's lid without letting Russell finish his sentence. Everyone became speechless at the sight of what the box revealed, and Ryan was the first to break the silence. Oh my god! If I'm dreaming, please don't wake me up! Standing tall inside the box was a dessert in the shape of a giant pyramid. I'd never seen so much ice cream before. Each of its layers was made of a different flavor, and laid at the bottom was a small river of chocolate syrup with cookie crumbs sprinkled on top. The entire composition was extremely detailed and over the top, just like what anyone would expect from a perfectionist such as Clyde. Did you make this? Russell's question was more than justified. If the dragon really made this, what would he need help for? Not fully. Someone assisted me. Clyde's voice was shaky. I could feel the lack of confidence in his words, and it sounded as if someone who hadn't had the need to lie was trying to lie for the first time. Alright. Clyde closed the box and tucked it away. Ryan softly whined at the action. This is dessert, not lunch. You have to finish your food first, and then we can enjoy this together. Ryan removed the wrapping from his sandwich and quickly stuffed the food in his face. Just to make it clear, we'll have it when everyone's finished their food. Not you alone. The bear froze, half the sandwich sticking out of his mouth. Slowly, he pulled it out and stared at it inside as he came to terms with Clyde's demand. I gave him a pat on the back, although I was laughing the whole time. Then, all of us continued to have our lunch and chatted a bit. I tried to talk to everyone, including Dylan, who was responding only half the time. The crocodile gave me more grumbles than words, but I was proud of the progress anyway. Once everyone was done with their food, my attention was shifted onto Clyde's dessert. Blake and Russell did the cutting and gave a portion to everyone. To nobody's surprise, barely half the ice cream mountain was served. Clyde appeared to be confused and somewhat saddened by that. Oh no, I might have miscalculated the size. If anyone wants more, please feel free to help yourself. With this much remaining, it won't fit in my refrigerator. You have a fridge here on campus? Of course. Being a president of the student council provides me with some perks. My duties often require that I stick around longer than an average student, so having access to food and water without the need to return home is quite handy. I see it is used mostly during your tea time. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!